Season 1, Episode 7, Ikkakumon's Harpoon Torpedo!
Ikkakumon!
It kind of looks like a dog.
Yeah, he does.
Like a really cute dog.
Big old furry dog.
Yeah, like a little Shih Tzu that like its hair's grown out too much.
And it's Great Dane sized.
Yes, I mean it is a big Shih Tzu. All right,
It's a big boy.
it's a big boy. And it's got a horn sticking out of its head. It's a horny Shih Tzu.
Thick boy.
Damn, boy! That's a thick ass dog. All right. So, as always, special thanks to Digimon.fandom.com for helping us curate the information in this episode. And also a shout out to Matt ZR, who sent us some more information over email. I will actually shout him out in the specific sections that he added to this. So,
very good, Oracle.
Very excited
Very
for
good.
the Oracle of Hopefully Awesome. So, this is the 7th episode overall. The original air date in Japan was April 18th, 1999, and on Fox Kids was September 21st, 1999. This is, I believe, unless I'm forgetting, I believe this is the first second episode of the week that Fox Kids did. So up to this point, it's been weekly, but this one played the very next day after the Mimi episode. So I think at this point, they started playing it 5 days a week. Okay. Which was exciting, obviously. Very exciting for all of us. The synopsis is as follows. As Joe begins to feel responsible for the group's safety, he decides he must explore the surrounding area by himself and ends up in trouble when a nearby Unimon is struck by black gear.
Is that a unicorn?
It's not. It's a sci-fi unicorn Pegasus.
Is that an unknown?
Like the Pokemon? The letters? What? This is Season 1, Episode 7, Ikkakumon's Harpoon Torpedo. Maggie, what did you think about this episode?
I enjoyed it. I know at the beginning I felt very annoyed at Joe. Like, good God, man. Chill.
Come on. It's just me. What's wrong? What's wrong with Joe? Joe.
Joey.
It's Joey.
Jojo.
I mean, Joe's definitely very uptight.
Yes,
in
he
these
is.
early
Good
episodes.
God.
He gets better post Myotis one, but he is very uptight in these originals.
It's like what Ferris Bueller says about
Cameron.
He says Cameron's so tight that you could take a piece of coal and tweak out a diamond.
God, I've never put together Cameron and Joe, and you are 100% right.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they were going for with Joe.
Yeah,
it's wow.
Like overthinking, and 100 miles per hour.
Yes, I love especially like the scene. I think that encompasses Joe perfectly is when Matt and Ty are fighting over whether or not they should go up the mountain.
Yeah,
and Joe's like, "Well, I mean, that makes a good point." But, I mean, Matt's also got a good point.
We don't know what's up there.
This is hard. Would you leave me alone? I'm trying to make a decision here.
Yeah.
And, he's so perplexed by trying to choose what to do that he's paralyzed.
Yes.
From being able to make a decision.
Yeah, because he's the oldest.
Yes.
And which I don't know if they've even said that yet, have they?
I think they did.
Or they've alluded to it.
I feel like I know in the Japanese version they did. But I'm not sure if they've mentioned it here. I think it's inferred at the very least. I think we're supposed to infer that he's the oldest.
Yeah.
Joe was one of those characters that was hard for me to really get behind, like he was probably early on, he was like my least favorite because I was like, this dude sucks. He's complaining all the time. Like he's not fun to even watch. Like at least when Matt and Ty are bickering, like it's fun.
Yeah.
But this is like I don't like this dude.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say that Joe definitely grows on me.
Yeah,
a lot. Specifically in the Myotis arc. Like he does a lot of things in that arc that I really love, especially him and TK in the harbor. That's like my favorite thing. But yeah, this early stuff, I think it was as we said, we've been not revisiting, but we've been kind of meeting each character individually, for the first time. And this one definitely gave us a peek inside of Joe that looks exactly like what he was before, you know?
And I like how Joe tries to make a joke, and I can't remember his name before.
Gomamon?
Yeah, Gomamon.
He's like, oh my god.
You're trying to make a joke.
I think you might actually have a sense of humor. I think it is a perfect matching of Gomamon and Joe. Like, you know, a lot of the Digimon and their partners have very similar personalities, you know?
Yeah.
But Joe and Gomamon are opposites. Like, they are complete opposites from each other,
they
you
are.
know? Like, Gomamon likes to goof off, you know? Like, there's a lot of the times we see him, like, just, like, you know, floating down the river and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. Especially, like, what, the first or second episode?
Yeah.
You're like, well, the crap, man. You're just floating down the river away from everybody else.
And Joe's, like, spazzing out about everything. You know?
Joe, just take it easy.
Yeah. And, so it's just it's nice to see that dynamic at play, especially in this episode when Joe finally like gets some courage and, you know, starts to climb the mountain alone, even though that's a very stupid idea.
Yes, it is.
Obviously.
But I think also Joe had to do that for himself because
I'll give you that.
Because I think he knows, like, hey, I'm trying to be the responsible one here. Hey, I'm the one that's thinking about every possible outcome.
Yeah.
And I need to climb this mountain myself, just for myself, not to show Matt or Ty who's the leader or whatever. I'm doing it myself, so I know I'm making the right choice.
Yeah. It's like he was needing to climb the mountain both physically and metaphorically. The mountain being his belief in himself. Like he started off at the bottom, you know, with no belief in himself, worried that nothing would go right. And by climbing that mountain, not only did he literally climb the mountain, reach its peak, he also found himself along the way.
Yeah. Is that what, excuse me, is that what the Hannah Montana song is about?
The climb? Damn it. You're right. Ho down, throw down. Also, I'm pretty sure Joe says that at the end. He's like, we didn't find much at the top, but we did find a lot along the way, or something. Something like that. Yeah, something. Yeah,
some kind of cheesy, motivational line.
So I will say I actually did enjoy this episode by the end of it. Like, I really liked, you know, what started off as could have been one of my least favorites of the first 7 episodes that we've watched. I actually really ended up digging it. Like, I would say it's probably at the top of the... Okay, this is going to be confusing, so follow me here. I'd say it's probably at the top of my bottom half.
Okay.
So, like, I would say, in no order, like, this is not in any order, but Ty, Matt, and Izzy, I'd put at the top. And then Sora, Joe, and Mimi, I'd put at the bottom. Okay. But again, I'd probably put Joe above the Sora Mimi episodes.
The meme.
The memes.
The memes.
The memes.
The memes.
Unfortunately, I mean, I love Sora and Mimi, especially later on in the series, but I did not like their episodes. And like, it sucks because I you know me, like it has nothing to do with the fact that it's because they're the women and they, you know, it's their episodes. Like, it's just their episodes weren't great.
Yeah, Sora's was chopped up all the heck.
Yeah.
Mimi's, well,
it was confusing. It was just all over the place. Like,
the
Numamon, the vending machines, the teddy bear out of nowhere. Town. And then, all the kids are like being controlled and we don't really understand why. And it was just it was a lot to cram into 22 minutes, you know? Yeah, we can talk about this one good thing about how this episode is brought to you in part by a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime. Have you ever wanted access to a world of entertainment, speedy deliveries, and exclusive deals? Well, with Amazon Prime, you can get all that and more. Stream thousands of movies and TV shows, including classics like Pokemon Gold and Silver, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, which is actually good, and Digimon Adventure Tri, which I'm a big fan of. Listen to ad-free music and enjoy unlimited reading. Plus, with Prime's fast and free shipping, you'll never have to wait long for your orders. Ready to experience the best of Amazon? Well, use our link in the description of this very episode to sign up for a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime today. Discover all the benefits and see how it can make your life easier and more enjoyable. Don't miss out on this hopefully awesome opportunity. Also, they just announced October 8th and 9th. is the big Prime sale.
Again?
It's not Prime Day, but it's like the big day of Prime sales.
Oh, yeah, but this is not why we use Amazon, I promise, because we was using this way before my brother got the job at Amazon.
Yeah.
He had mentioned that they wanted to like extend Prime longer, so this might be part of the thing.
I mean, it's definitely, we're getting ready to gas into the Black Friday, Christmas, holiday shopping season.
Pre Black Friday deals.
So I mean, honestly, there is going to be a lot of really good deals. Definitely keep an eye on the socials. We try to post any of that we find relevant to you all, of course. And then use the free 30-day trial and then cancel it. Don't pay for Prime. Just use that. It gives us $3. It takes $3 away from Jeff Bezos. Win,
as
they like to say. That's right. But that's the end of the ad.
Yay!
Now let's get back to the show.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Whoa!
How the current big bad plot progressed this week. Well, the kids encountered another black gear, this time controlling a champion level Digimon Unimon.
A Unihorse.
Unicorse? What's wait, I feel like I've heard the phrase unicorse. Is that from Bluey?
Yes.
Oh my god. So they ran into a champion level Digimon Unimon, and we still haven't learned much about the overarching plot. That being said, we do begin to learn more next week in the next episode. I'm very excited to finally start digging into the overall arc of this section of Digimon.
The lore.
Yes, the Lord.
The lore.
The lore. The Lord.
The Lloyd.
But I did like at the beginning of it, I feel like they teased it a little bit with all the black gears that was flying around at the very beginning.
Yeah, there's your clock broken somewhere.
Can I just say, wow, the scene where Unimon gets the gear like shoved into him, that was hardcore.
Yeah, it was.
Like, that was way more intense than I remembered it being. Like, God, that sucked. Like, he was in pain. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that the first time we've seen that happen? Like, it actually be shoved in? I know we've seen it come out. I'm trying to remember.
I think it is.
Because I'm trying to remember. I don't think we saw it for Miramon.
We didn't see it for Andromon.
No. I feel like we didn't see it in Miramon. I know we didn't see it in... Kabuterimon wasn't on one.
No.
He was
just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we've seen a black gear.
Like, be inserted. Yeah. Dude,
I don't like that. I don't like...
What?
Be inserted.
I mean, it was. What else would you call it?
I don't know.
When it was injected into him?
Let's go.
All right, let's get into continuity.
Carry on my wayward son.
All right, so Maggie, this is the first time Infinity Mountain is ever mentioned. So they've alluded to the fact that they're on this island and stuff, but this is the first time they actually give it a name, Infinity Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the entire island for what it is, a tiny little hub of all the different areas. It kind of looks like a Pokemon world, like on a Game Boy, where like you have like, oh, here's the snow area, and here's the desert area, and here's the jungle area.
Yeah.
It's like, or I guess more like a Fortnite map is really what I'm thinking of, if I'm being totally honest.
Lego, well, no, both maps.
Yeah.
Both Lego and regular Fortnite.
Yeah. And like, I always thought that was interesting. So here's the funny thing about Infinity Mountain that I don't think I've ever shared with you or any of the audience, probably.
It's a secret.
Infinity Mountain is the reason that I thought, for some reason, Dragon Ball Z and Digimon were connected. Okay?
Oh, man.
Now, here's why. I, of course, only watched like the Fox Kids stuff, right? I didn't really watch Dragon Ball Z or anything.
Yeah.
But then when they started advertising it I mean, because it wasn't really available anywhere to watch.
Yeah.
But when they started advertising it, there was like this opening shot of like this mountain on an island, like getting hit with beams and like explosions going off. And I always thought it looked like Infinity Mountain. And so I had this like theory of what if Dragon Ball Z is like a future, like a far future version of the digital world, you know? Especially because like they would show like TM and or, well, not TM, well, yeah, I guess TM, but like Piccolo and Mr. Popo and what's TM's little guy, like a sidekick, Chubby.
Oh,
I don't know.
Tien and God, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but anyway, so I always thought because Infinity Mountain and this looked alike, and of course the designs, like, you know, the hair, Goku and his hair, like, you know, just there was
all spiky hair.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
fair. It's fair.
Yeah, and so I thought they were tied together in some way, and that's what made me give Dragon Ball Z a chance, and then I really loved it, even though it had nothing to do with Digimon. So there's your 1-to-1-to-1. You know,
1-to-1-to-1.
And if it hadn't been for that, I would have maybe never seen Spike in green skin like Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution, the greatest Dragon Ball movie ever made. The only. Don't. It's not the only. There's been others. This is the first time the children have seen a gear actually be inserted into a Digimon. Of course, we already talked about that. The group recall that this is their 4th day in the digital world. The first 3 episodes of the series take place on the first day. The 4th episode takes place on the 2nd day, and the 5th and 6th episodes take place on the 3rd day.
Damn, how many hours is in a day there?
Well, I mean, that's the thing, you know, like, it is interesting, like, to see this, like, oh, they've only been here 4 days. Like, we've been watching this for 2 months at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it's only been 4 days for them. It's really hard to put that in perspective.
Yeah.
And like it does make it a little bit easier to forgive when they're like, oh, there's got to be people here, because it's only been 4 days. So like I could see not giving up on that fact if you did see a refrigerator full of eggs, you know.
Also, don't take people's eggs out of a random refrigerator.
I mean, okay, listen, I'm in agreement, and we've got a whole section about the eggs. I'm in agreement that like I think it'd be okay to eat them. I'm in the camp of I don't know if I would try to eat them, because I mean, you know, you're in a world with a giant teddy bear.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows what kind of eggs these are?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know?
Whenever I was watching, I was like, what if those were like? Which I know they're not. What if they were digi eggs? Like, what the flip?
Yeah.
You know?
And like, where did these eggs come from? Like, let's be totally real
chickens? Are there?
I mean, there is a big giant chicken mon. That's not his name. He's like on a boat later on in the middle of the desert. It's weird. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I think his name might be Cockmon. I'm not certain. I don't think that's actually his name, but it might be his name.
Hey, Kari, you got a good point here. Better than Ash being 10 years old for 30 years. I can handle 4 days with 2 months.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Jeez, Ash.
God, Ash, why'd you have to stay so young for so long?
Now that Gomamon has digivolved into Ikkakumon, the only partner Digimon left to digivolve in the group is Palmon.
Palmon!
Boom, baba, pa!
Boom, baba, pow!
Now, I gotta say, originally, watching this the first time on Fox Kids, I was super excited for the next episode, because I was like, oh, it's gonna be Palmon's episode. We're finally going to get to see Palmon turn into this angel thing that we keep seeing in the beginning of the thing. I was very excited for that.
Yeah.
And that's not what happens.
No.
He doesn't digivolve for like another 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then he's only around for like a minute. And then he dies, kind of. I don't want to get into it. Not yet. We'll get into it later. But yes, I was kind of not super thrilled. Like, I love the next episode, especially, you know, we get to meet a couple of cool guys that come back around multiple times. But like, I was really like, they broke the formula for the first time, you know? And then like, this really kind of kicks off the every episode to be continued until, you know, like the end of the series, essentially. I mean, we don't technically get there until we get closer to Minor Spawn, but I mean, the next one definitely ends with them to be continued. And then we start doing a weird thing where like, the like 3 episodes all take place at the same time.
Yeah.
And so like even though it's 3 separate episodes, what's happening in one episode is happening at the exact same time as another episode.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting seeing all that play together. But of course, we'll break all that down when we finally get to it. We're not there yet, Maggie.
Oh, sorry.
Now it's time for Welcome to the Party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
That's right. This is the part of the episode where we talk about the new Digimon that appeared in this episode. So, of course, right off the bat, we got the big man himself, Ikkakumon. Hey, Maggie, let me ask you. Gomamon to Ikkakumon.
Yeah.
Surprising? Fitting? What do you think?
I think the first time I watched this with you,
yeah,
I was kind of surprised.
That's what Gomamon turns into?
Yeah. Yeah. Like he, I don't know. You see Agumon and then you see Greymon. You're like, oh,
Right.
okay. That makes sense.
Biomon to Birdramon.
Yeah. Makes sense. But then you see this little dude turns this big furry walrus.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's like a narwhalrus. That should have been his name.
Yes. That should have been it. Mon. It should be
Narwhalrusmon. Narwhalrumon. Narwhalrumon.
No, that wouldn't have worked.
I mean, you can't say Narwhalrusmon. That's a terrible name.
Yeah.
Narwhalrumon.
Say that 5 times fast.
Narwhalrumon. He is a sea animal Digimon whose attribute is vaccine, and special move is Harpoon Torpedo! What do you think of the fact that he shoots his horn
and another one comes back?
Yeah, well, it grows back, but also the horn opens up to reveal a bomb.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy,
it's
man.
not just a matter of him, like, shooting the horn through someone, which would be enough, you know. Yeah. It's literally, it shoots out and then it opens and it's an explosion.
Torpedo.
Yeah, which is just
crazy.
Great. And I feel like that has to be the reason why Submarimon is a submarine. And we'll get into that in season 2.
Oh, boy.
But, like, it just, right? I mean, because torpedo, submarine, because there's nothing else that's really about Ikkakumon that's very submarine-ish.
No.
You know? I mean, sure, he's marine life, but, like, not submarine life.
He lives in the submarine.
Ikkakumon is a sea animal, Digimon, that was discovered in the computer of an Arctic exploration base. Its thick fur and stout body are structured so that it can endure even freezing lands. Its sharp horn is made of mithril, one of the rare metals, and the skin under its fur is just as hard. Zip. The portions of its soles where its claws attach are heat tops that are able to give off high temperatures at will. As such, it's able to maintain a tight footing when on ice, but it isn't able to move very nimbly. Yeah.
Narration.
There is no narration for this one. They usually don't, because that comes from the Digimon Analyzer, and they usually don't do it for the champion level ones, unfortunately. They should, but they don't. These little stories right here about, like, they're...
Yeah, or they've been found and stuff.
Like, what is that? That's not real, you know?
That's why I was laughing. I was like, found in the Arctic? What?
Like, I include it just in case, like, there's some lore out there that I'm not aware of, and, like, somebody's going to get a kick out of it, but I literally have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Now, the biology parts of it, I'm fine with, because, like, you know, the heat...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. But, like, being found in a computer in a...
Arctic exploration base? Like, what?
Was it discovered in a fucking Monarch or something?
Yeah, was it discovered with oh crap, what was the name of the 3-headed dragon?
Oh, King Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, yeah. It's found with Ghidorah.
Can I just say, I'm sorry, this is a total tangent. How amazing would it be if we got a Monarch style show, but it was Digimon instead of Godzilla creatures?
God.
Can you imagine? Dude, I'm telling you, like, right now, short of the cards part of Digimon 3, the Digimon Tamers, the story of Digimon Tamers, I think, would be the best to adapt into live action. of the first 3 seasons. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Digimon Adventure. I think I want that one more.
Yeah.
But I think Tamers, the way it's structured, and like there's like a seedy government organization that like finds them and tracks them and stuff. Like I feel like that would probably be like for the best translation into live action. But man, I would love that. I just want to see some Digimon in live action, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see a giant Greymon. Is that so hard? I just want to see him. You know? I mean, think about the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and then put a horn.
Poor old girl.
You know? Then put a horn helmet on it, and then you're done. That's it. That's A to B right there. You're done. You know? The movie writes itself. There's your $1 billion. Jeez. Maggie will be right back, so let's go ahead and talk about Who's That Digimon?
Who's that Digimon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
That's right. Unimon is this week's Digimon. So Unimon is a champion level Digimon, a mythical animal type Digimon, whose attribute is vaccine and special move is aerial attack. Unimon is a composite Digimon that has both the horn of the unicorn, the legendary holy beast, and the wings of the Pegasus, with the gigantic wings growing from its back. It instantly runs about the world of the computer network, stabbing enemies with the sharp horn extending from its brow. That is a lot of lore for Unimon that I wasn't aware existed. Narration is provided by Gomamon, who says, "That's not your everyday kind of flying horse, Joe. That's Unimon. He's a wise old Digimon. I never knew he lived in these mountains. He's not much of a talker." What do you think about Unimon being a combination of the horn of the unicorn, the legendary holy beast, and the wings of the Pegasus?
Wait, the holy beast, like in the Bible?
I am not certain. I like the way it's phrased. It sounds like the unicorn, like a unicorn, is the legendary holy beast. But I do know that there are a group of Digimon called the holy Digimon, and they like run
I'm
shit.
thinking like the 4 horsemen. Like,
oh, you're thinking of the
the Revelation,
the beast. Like, I mean, in midway through the season, they do bring up the 666 and stuff. Like, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Yeehaw.
I gotta say, when that happened, this little Christian school kid, I didn't know what was going on, but I loved it. I was like, if this is bad, I'm not gonna tell anybody because I want to keep watching it.
See, if I had watched it as a kid and I had already heard that whole spiel about all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know.
I would have immediately turned it off.
Yeah. I was like
scared.
I was like, oh, cool. It's kind of Christian-ish. I'm gonna keep watching this.
It's Christian.
Yeah,
Matt Sear says the Ikkakumon discovery is from the reference book, and some of it was posted to the Digital Monster official portal site.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I need to look at this book. Maggie, it's time to rank the Digimon of the week so far. So currently at number 6, we have Shellmon. Number 5, we have Monzimon. Number 4, we have Seadramon. Number 3, Kawagamon. Number 2, Miramon. And at number 1, Andromon. Maggie, where would you like to put Unimon? The unicorn Digimon.
I mean, we did, like, there was some interaction, but not as much as, like, Andromon.
Yeah.
And Miramon.
I mean, like, not a lot of personality injected into him, but, like, and, you know, it was entertaining.
Yeah, he was cool looking.
Yeah. And, like, it was hardcore seeing the gear get shoved into him.
Yeah. I want to say number 2 or 3 or 1 or 5.
I'm thinking
4.
I'm thinking below Seadramon.
Oh, wow.
Above Monzimon.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. But only because, to me, Seadramon... See, it's unfair. Because, to me, Seadramon has, like... not legendary, but, like, you know... that status of, like... Like, Seadramon's one of those that pops up again and again. And like, it's a classic. It's not like a Pidgey, or a Zubat. Like, it's there. It's always there, And like Ikkakumon is another one of those.
Yeah.
And so I would say Unimon.
Unimon.
I would say, man, do I even like it better than Monzimon? I mean, Monzimon's a giant teddy bear, which is kind of cool. And like the way he was like, remember when he was like shooting the lasers at him? He's like, come to Toy Town.
He also had that one power, the heart bubbles.
Yeah. Heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mimi? No.
Palmon?
Palmon. I want, no joke. I was about to call her Togepi. Palmon.
Well,
saying
Togemon,
his heart attack is supposed to be lots of hugs.
I mean, her evolved form is Togemon, so I can see where you got Togepi, yeah. So yeah, actually, I'm going to change my answer to the new number 6 above Shellmon.
Okay.
But I'm down to discuss.
No, I'm cool with it.
You think?
I was undecided. That's why. Yes, I was undecided. That's why I was hopping around everywhere. Because I went 3, 5, 1.
He's better than Andromon. All right, so your new ranking at number 1, Andromon. Number 2, Miramon. Number 3, Ikkakumon. Number 4, Seedramon. Number 5, Monzimon. Number 6, Unimon. And at number 7, Shellmon. Now it's time to get into puberty, but with superpowers.
Yeah. Big change.
All right, in this episode, we got Ikkakumon using his Harpoon Torpedo. And we also get Unimon using Aerial Attack. Which, does it come from his horn or his mouth? I feel like it comes from his mouth.
I think it's his mouth.
Yeah, right? Like the big,
because that'd be too much.
Big orb of energy.
Yes.
Comes from his mouth.
Yes.
Instead of like shooting something from his horn.
I want to say yes.
Just a couple of horned up Digimon plowing each other.
Just horny.
On a mountain, They had to mount each other and you just horn up, They had to, if you know what I'm saying.
Huh?
They had to,
What? I don't know.
You know.
Touching each other.
Shiver me timbers. All right, let's get into pizza time.
Pizza time.
So this week's episode featured a fun little bit about food. So we're going to talk about eggs for a little bit, everybody.
No.
So the kids find a random refrigerator filled with eggs. Let us know in the chat, in the comments, in your review on podcast services.
How do you like your eggs?
You can let us know that. And
scrambled, fried, over easy,
and
boiled.
Would you eat the eggs? Did you say poached?
Yeah, poached.
I like arroz rancheros.
No.
Oh, I know, because that Eggman song. Anyway, so the kids find a random refrigerator filled with eggs, just lots of eggs, like an exorbitant amount of eggs. The kids then discuss how they prefer their eggs. Joe says he likes his with salt and pepper. I love the way Matt ZR worded this in his email. He said that Joe likes just the old reliable salt and pepper, which of course reliability is Joe's.
It's Joe.
Which I kind of skipped over that.
Yeah.
When Ikkakumon digivolved. So, do we feel like Joe showed anything that would be like reliability for Gomamon digivolving? Because like up to this point, everybody's kind of shown their trait, But like I don't know. I'd say this one's probably the weakest.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I'm like, when did he show that he was reliable? Like all he's shown is that he is responsible.
Yeah.
Which you can be. Which I mean, some people would say that is.
Well, being reliable is being responsible, but being responsible is not just being reliable.
Yeah, that's not it. Like it can't be the same.
So I would say, like, I guess in a way he was showing that it's not that he is reliable, more that you can rely on Joe. Like I would say there's that. So it's not like it's like we think of reliable like in a passive tense. And I feel like this sets up the fact that he is reliable, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like this is that's what I think. I think this more sets the stage for him to be reliable more than proving that he's always reliable. Ty with some soy sauce. Matt with salsa.
That's Matt. Actual Matt.
I do like it with salsa. I was a ketchup guy for a bit, but then I realized that salsa is way less sugars and calories, and so I switched to that. Man, did my eggs get really hot there for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I haven't done any of that since. Izzy likes his with mustard and jelly beans. Okay, full stop. Is Izzy full of shit?
I think so. I think he's
playing
jerking
a joke.
Yes, he's jerking everybody's chain, in which then Mimi actually took it up another notch. But I think she's being serious
because she likes it covered with maple syrup and cherries on top. Which, I mean, as someone who's had their fair share of IHOP pancakes and eggs,
maple syrup. I get that. I love maple syrup on bacon or sausage.
Like, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to pour maple syrup on eggs, but like, if maple syrup gets on, I'm not gonna kick it out of bed. You know what I mean? And like, or a McGriddle. I love an egg and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle, and that's got maple syrup baked into it. So, I mean, I get it. TK doesn't say which eggs he likes the best, but he thinks both Izzy's jelly beans and Mimi's maple syrup and cherries sounds pretty good. There it is.
He's such a child.
All right. But, Maggie, did you know that's not all the excellent content we have to talk about?
Oh, no.
Because in the original Japanese version, they had much different takes on what they liked. Oh gosh, what was it? So we're going to tell you about it in the Saban Dub.
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
So this is the part where we break down the differences between the English and the original language for Digimon. So in the English dub, Unimon recognizes Gomamon as a friend, despite Gomamon not digivolving to his rookie level until the children arrived in the digital world. So how did Unimon recognize Gomamon?
Oh, no.
Question mark.
Just a wild guess, I guess.
Gomamon's dialogue at the beginning of the episode is only featured in the English dub. The original episode features no dialogue at this point. That's when we see all the black gears soaring through the sky. When Joe gives his dialogue on the dangers of a snowfall, he was originally speaking to Sora and also mentions that he has to protect his friends because he's the oldest. In the English dub, Joe is speaking to the whole group who failed to take him seriously. Oh, Joe.
Poor Joe.
Oh, Joe. When the group prepare their meal, a close-up shot of Joe crafting chopsticks with his penknife is removed from the English dub. Well, I guess there's a close-up shot.
No children.
Yeah.
Playing with knives.
No knives allowed. Not on Fox Kids.
No.
Some of the Digidestin's addings to their eggs are different in the Japanese version. Mayonnaise for Matt, sauce for Sora, a little ponzu for Izzy, and sugar with natto for Mimi. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but natto is a traditional Japanese food made from whole soybeans that have been fermented with bacillus. Thanks, Matt ZR.
Yeah.
For the info.
You been oracled.
You just got orked, son. Whoa. Orked. You got orked. Got orked. In the Japanese version, Unimon does not speak. The narrator refers to Unimon as a hybrid of unicorn and Pegasus. Thanks again to Matt ZR for that piece of information.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Matt ZR.
You just got orked.
Orked.
Whoa. Ikkakumon announces the episode title in the Japanese episode. In the original version, Joe refers to himself by the Japanese pronoun boku, though when he grows tired of Ty and Matt not listening and yells, he refers to himself by ore. I think that's how you pronounce that. An informal masculine pronoun used when speaking down to others.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
jeez, Joe.
Like, bitch. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. So Joe got kind of pissed off at these dumb fucks fucking around. And he's like, listen here, I'm an Ori, and you can fuck right off. I imagine that's what he said in the Japanese word. I don't know if that's exactly what he said or not. I'm just assuming that's what was said. All right. I have no proof of that, if you're asking. So now let's get into That's Just Prime.
Well, that's just prime.
All right, we got Ty starting us off here. Then I'll be... Sorry, I forgot how to do a Ty impression. Wow. Agumon. Hey, Agumon. Is that Ty? Am I doing Ty? I feel like I'm doing Cheetor.
Agumon. Ty?
Hey, that's Matt. Don't ask him to give you an autograph. Okay, I think I've got it. At least it's close enough anyway. Then I'll be the guinea pig. If I turn purple, you'll know they're not edible.
How's Ash?
Now Ash is like, hey, Misty, it's me, Ash.
Funny
I
thing
broke
happened.
my core.
I want to be Gomamon.
Okay. Maggie is Gomamon, and I'll be Joe.
Okay. I'm afraid Joe's just not the kind of guy that's meant to be adaptable.
Just what do you mean?
Let's face it, Joe. You're kind of a stick in the mud if you get my drift.
I'm just practical.
You're stuffy.
It never fails. Here they go again. That's Biomon, by the way. Yeah, so Gomamon, Joe, always getting at each other. Kind of like, again, I like their dynamic. I think it's
me and you.
It is. I do feel like Joe a lot of the time. Obviously, like, I like the dynamics of pretty much everybody, but I like this one because it's so different from the rest of them, I think the only one, sadly enough, the only one that really kind of irritates me is TK and Patamon, because they're both fucking children. And, like, I love TK and I love Patamon, and, like, but their relationship with each other gets on my damn nerves sometimes. Like, when Patamon flies off,
yeah,
he's like, no, I'm not a pig, TK. And it's like, God, you're children. You're just children. You're little fucking children. Thank God Kari wasn't like that. I would have just, I still would have watched the show.
Because Kari's a girl, she matured faster.
Dude, Kari's like the most mature person on the show. When she finally joined, she's crazy, man. It's wild. All right, let's get into Digimon References, part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Nice. Maggie says her gum is working. Good
This
job.
is like the third piece.
All right, so these are references to places and things outside of the show. So this episode presents a battle between Unimon, based in part on the unicorn, and Ikkakumon, based in part on the narwhal, whose tusk was misidentified as a unicorn's in the medieval era.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I guarantee they didn't plan that at all.
No.
But maybe they did.
Maybe they did.
Or maybe they didn't.
They did.
Or maybe I'm an angel. Or maybe I'm a devil. Or maybe I'm an angel. Or maybe I'm a devil. Hey, Maggie.
You got a piece of gum?
Yeah, gum.
I can't do it like you can.
All right, let's move on. Next time on Digimon Digital Monsters.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Opens up the sinuses.
Your gum?
Yeah, if you the minty. Dementiness.
Season 1, Episode 8. Evil shows his face. That's
the
right.
devil.
Everybody. I'm the devil. Want to go to hell? I'm in blackout. Oh my god.
Serves you right.
Oh, no, here's the thing. So yes, we get Devimon, but we also get the man, the legend, the awakening. Leomon himself is in the next episode. All right. And we all remember where we were the first time we saw Leomon, okay?
It's it awakened something within you?
Yes, you were in my apartment. That's just so you know. I remember where you were the first time you saw Leomon.
I can't remember my reaction, though.
But do you remember what Leomon looks like, right?
And a handsome lion man.
A handsome lion man with 8-pack abs and jeans, shirtless.
Yeah, it's thirst
gorgeous.
trap.
It is,
Thirst
man.
trap.
This is, dare I say, the first sexy Digimon that we get introduced to.
Matsiar says Leomon was the coolest.
Leomon was the cool. I really like Leomon. And
he's the guy that I can't. What's the saying? That's
no
blah 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 warned about.
Jesus.
Jesus warned you about.
Jesus warned us about Leomon.
Leomon.
And Ogremon is in this next episode too.
Get the out of here.
I like Ogremon. I like him. Not necessarily at the beginning. My favorite Leomon actually appears in Digimon Tri when he sees what's the cat? The cat's name. What's a cat called when it's like multiple colors?
Calico.
Yeah, it's Calikomon. When he sees Calikomon and like she makes those eyes at him and like his heart like
oh yeah,
he's like, oh, you're so adorable. I love that. That's like my favorite. It's my favorite thing that Leomon ever did. It's so great. God, I love it. Leomon, can't wait.
Makakumon.
Ikkakumon.
That's what the I can't say. Makomon.
Makomon.
I'm sorry, my brain can't read. Raid.
Makomon. I thought it was Calikomon for some reason. Maybe she just looks like a calico cat.
There's a Maine Coon. Yeah, Maine Coon cat. That's a type of breed of cats.
Okay.
They're huge cats. Like their paws are huge. Their long hair. They're cute.
Kind of looks like a little bit.
If we didn't have allergies so bad, I would want that cat. I want one of those so bad.
All right, everybody.
So pretty.
You know, they are so pretty, but you know what else is pretty?
What?
The end of the episode. That's right, everybody. We have reached the end of my adventures with Digimon for this week. Remember, if you are checking us out on podcast, we would greatly appreciate it if you gave us a 5-star rating and left us a raving review. Helps iTunes and Spotify know, hey, maybe we should share these Digimon weirdos with some more people. And tells them. That's what it does. But if you're not over there, if you're watching us on YouTube, a simple thumbs up, a like, a comment, share, whatever you want to do. We greatly appreciate it. And remember, if you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us as a member right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. You can get your name in every episode just like these fine folks did, and you can also get access to the Google Drive and other fun things. This episode, again, was brought to you in part by a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime. Be sure and click on the description in this episode, and you can get your free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime. And then cancel it. We literally
Get rid of it.
Yeah. Next week, it's going to be a good episode. I'm very excited. This episode was good, but I'm very excited to finally get to take a look at Devamon, get a little bit more insight into just what the hell is going on in the digital world. But that'll be next week. So until then, thanks for watching, and as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.